everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Mama Says. I'm your host, Amber Autry. And this week I talked to two fellow Southerners, and they're not the bless your heart kind of Southerners. They're the kind that tell it like it is. We talk about the power of saying no and the fact that you should party early and often. I'm really excited to share this one with you, so get cozy and enjoy this episode of Mama Says. Excited to talk to you guys. Okay, so first off, let's start with I want to know the baby story about this little girl
with attitude,
with so much attitude. I love, which I feel like she got from her mama, the sass.
Well, yeah, probably, but sister came out of the womb like this right here.
No,
I didn't teach her that. I don't think. She was like, hurry the hell up and just snap the damn pic. I'm in a hurry. And my hair's in rollers. And there's a lot of those.
What's with the rollers? Like, this is beautiful. What's with the rollers?
Well, first off, this is at the fair. You can see how pretty my baby is. And she didn't need her hair curled, for sure. Needless to say, it was hotter than hell in the South. And if you unrolled her hair, it would have been flatter than a flitter by the time she got where she was. So we just left it rolled. But she was not very happy because it was hot.
That is, so she was in a pageant.
Yeah. She was in a pageant. Well, it's kind of a, one of those Southern things that everybody does. Those Southern women do.
I think the Little Miss Fairest of the Fair.
Oh, did you do pageants all growing up, Chelsea?
I sure did. I mean, I stopped doing them, I guess, like, I did the, fair pageants, which was, that thing, which is just once a year, the Sumner County Fair, whatever.
It was a social thing. Now, all of our friends and their kids came, too, so it was a social event. It wasn't like we were really doing pageants.
Right.
It was a social affair of the town that everybody came to the fair and watched everybody's kids. So the kids would be at the fair, and then you would have this other little part that they would do.
Oh, I love that. So you said Chelsea came out like that. So you mean from the moment you had her, what was her birth like? Were you was it easy peasy? Was it wild?
Okay, let me just tell the truth, and you'll know why I only have one child. I threw up every day for months and months and months. And the very first thing is, my husband and I had only been married about a year. And so this is a true story. I was at work one day and I was like, I feel like shit. What is wrong with me? I do not feel well. And some girl just looked at me and she's like, oh my God, could you be pregnant? I was like, oh no, absolutely not. And then I found out and I was like, oh my God.
How dare that woman?
I was already sick, deathly ill, sick. And so my doctor kept saying, it's okay. Just make it through the first 3 months. You'll be fine. When we got to month 5, he said, Alicia, some people just throw up all the way to the end. I'm sorry, but you're probably just going to be sick all the way to the day you have her. So I was deathly ill. But she came out, great, no problem. Seriously, I woke up one day and said, we're going to have this baby today. My husband's like, yeah, right, whatever. I'm like, put that crap in the car. We're doing this today. It was on an off weekend. UT was not playing that weekend.
Oh, thank God.
So we could not have planned it any better. And seriously, went in, pat her, boom, out she came.
I love that.
Yep. No, it was pretty, I have to say, up until I got there, not good. But once I got to the hospital, I have a few friends who fixed me right up.
I love That's amazing.
Fixed me right up.
So what's the most beautiful thing that you find in each other? Just off the top of the head. I'm sure there's a ton. But what comes to your mind?
My favorite thing about you, Mom, is your ability to literally say 100% of what's on your mind 100% of the time.
But do you really love that when it's about you?
I do. No, I really do. I feel like that's my constant debate with myself is how do I be more truthful and honest all the time? And so whenever I'm around you, I'm like, oh, it's like that. It's exactly like that. And so that's my favorite quality.
I honestly, this is sad, but I talked about this today to one of my friends. I feel like my time is running out. And I feel like before I leave this earth, I want to empower every woman to stand up for yourself, number one. I mean, I really do feel like you have a crown on your head and God put it there for a reason. Adjust it and stand up tall and stand up for yourself. I mean, I'm just don't think that he put women on this earth to be quiet and not express your opinion. My opinion matters just like everybody else's. Now, yes, I am very truthful. If you ask me, I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to lie. But also, it's not in a mean way. I mean, I think sometimes a basic conversation I have with some of the younger girls I work with is they don't want to be confrontational. Confrontational is uncomfortable. You don't want to tell somebody the truth. You don't want to feel like you're confronting someone. But I don't look at it as being confrontational. I look at it as I'm not helping you by telling you what you want to hear. That's not helping anybody. How are you ever going to grow if people just tell you what you want to hear? I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned in my life is to be able to say no. I think when people ask me, do I want to do something? And I think a lot of times people would just say, oh, yeah, I'll do that. Oh, yes, I'll do that. Oh, yes, I'll do that. But to me, I'm not being fair to myself if I do something that I do not want to do. I'm not 100% vested in. There's somebody else there that's their niche. Will say, will you do this for me? And I'm like, nope, sure won't. Sure not gonna. Sure don't wanna.
Sure not gonna.
Just, nope, don't want to do it. And,
I hear you.
And it's amazing. They don't say anything back to you. They'll just say, well, okay.
Right.
Or I'll say, I'll do so-and-so. But no, not going to do that. Sure not doing that. Babysitting 800 kids, you don't want me to do that because you would come out here and I would go, I don't know where the hell they went, but they're gone and I'm glad.
Same. Alicia, what's the most beautiful thing you find about Chelsea, or one of the most?
When Chelsea was little, first off, she keeps me personally as a parent on my toes. And I mean, ever since she was little, she has always just been, I always try to tell people, she's an old soul, I think. She just came out like that. She came out wise and kind, compassionate. I mean, I remember one time we were in the car, and I've told this story several times, but I'm in downtown Nashville, Chicago, traffic bumper to bumper. I'm trying to get her to a doctor's appointment, and we come to a red light, and I get ready to take off, and she screams like I am going to hit someone, like we're fixing to have a wreck or something. And I'm like, what? And she's like, Mom, you just drove past that man right there who had a sign that told you he was hungry. You just drove past him like you did not see him. And I was like, you know what? I didn't see him. We'll go back. We will go back. And she's just always been that way. I mean, she's always just seen good in other people, I think. She's always tries to look at other people and see their positive qualities and just accept them where they are, and very unjudgmental of other people.
That's beautiful. Sure. Oh, Chelsea. Yay.
Is she...
We're trying to get, are you crying yet?
Yeah, are you? I can't see it.
Well, now that
we're trying to get there.
Now that we've built Chelsea up, Chelsea, what's one thing you did as a kid or a teenager that you never told your mom, but you think she'd be okay with now?
Let's just free her up real quick, because let me just tell you, there is absolutely nothing she could have done that I would have been like, girl, that is not okay. One day she called me and she's like, Mom, I'm at this party and people are drinking and the police are here and I'm going to get in trouble, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm putting on my clothes, girl. Calm down. They're going to take you to jail and I will come there and we will get you out. It is no big deal. Calm down. And then she proceeds to tell me that she's not drinking. I wasn't drinking, Mom. I'm like, why in the hell are you in the closet? Get out of the closet. I'm hiding from the police.
Everybody was doing it. I thought that we were just all supposed to hide. Man, I don't know. Like, I feel that I don't think I could really shock my mom. I mean, most of the stuff I feel like I have told you.
Alicia, is there a story that you haven't told Chelsea about your younger years?
Oh, God, we're not talking about that. We're so not having that conversation. So not having that conversation. I think when she would leave home, I would say, just don't do what I would do. Just do what you would normally do. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, she left and went to college, and I said something. She was going to a party one night. I'm like, don't be drinking. Don't be doing this. Don't be doing that. And she's like, I'm not going to be drinking. I'm underage. That is against the law.
Wow.
Really?
I have lived a very straight-laced life, so to speak, in that, like, there's just been a lot of things that I think, Mom, you probably wish I had done earlier. And then instead I was just like, no, I must not. And
where did that come from?
What's that?
Where did that come from? Like, because your mom seems just like chill.
You know what? I think
because I remember when I was trying to decide if I was going to go to college, and not really even if I was going to go to college, it was more like just where I was going to go to college. I had this audition, so I'm like 18 at the time, and I basically was like on the route to get like offered a contract to like go dance on a cruise ship. Whoa. And I remember having a conversation with my mom that was like, I can't possibly do this right now. And my mom was like, why not? Just go do it.
You're young, have a good time.
I think maybe it was like my high school experience, like the high school that I went to was just so intense, and there was just such an expectation for you to like go straight to college. So I just never sought anything else for myself. And then I think because it was so intense, I thought like any level of like rule breaking was just going to breach my focus.
Yeah.
And I think like I am I think maybe similar, but maybe contrary to my mom, a like really high functioning type A person. Like my mom is very type A too, I think. Wouldn't you say? You're type A?
I'm very type A, but I always try to tell you, don't be like me. Give yourself a break. I was going to say, Chelsea's always harder on herself than I could ever be.
Mm-hmm.
There was no reason I didn't need to punch her because she already felt bad enough. I mean, the truth is, if she did something wrong, she would come and tell me, and she would just feel horrible. So, what the goal and punishment is to teach your child right from wrong. And she probably held us to a higher standard than we ever held her. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, like, I would be on the phone having a discussion about somebody, and I mean, she was little, and she would come in and say, "Why are you talking about that person? I thought she's supposed to be your friend."
Oh.
A prime example. We were in a movie one time. About that time, where you think, I can take my kid to a big person movie, but they can kind of make it through a movie.
Right.
Gosh, Chelsea, how old were you when we saw that movie?
Which one? My best friend's wedding?
My best friend's wedding.
I think I was 7 or 8, because it was with Kenny.
And my child gets up in the middle of, I don't know if you've seen that movie.
I love that movie.
But, okay, well, my child gets up in the middle of the movie and said, not only am I disgusted by this movie, basically, but I'm disgusted that you would sit here and watch her treat her own friend this way. It's a freaking movie, kid. Calm down. I didn't write it. We're just watching it. Calm down. But I mean, most people would not, especially children, would not get that she is being mean to this girl and pretending that she likes her when she does that. But Chelsea was not only offended, but I mean, like, totally disgusted with the world that girl would treat somebody that way.
That's amazing.
I thought the world was a different world until I got older, and then I was like, oh, this is the world. Okay, we can lay back. We're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for Chelsea is she would like come to me and she would say, this happened, this happened, this happened. That's not fair. Well, I mean, why'd that happen? Honey, the world is so not fair. You're going to have, I guess it's great that you believe that, but I just don't think that you're teaching. It's great that you keep your children sheltered, but I just never thought about that. I never thought my job, first off, she came out highly intelligent, very type A. And so I felt my job was to get her ready for the world she's really going to be meeting and make sure that she's prepared.
Totally.
Because, like most people tell their kid, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, you need to do that. And she would come to me and ask me stuff, and I would be like, okay, if you do this could happen. If you do that, that could happen. But I can't make those choices for you. You've got to choose yourself.
Totally.
What do you want to do?
I should party more.
I'm just glad you started.
You were like, you should let your hair down and
absolutely calm down.
That's
it is
wonderful.
Really not that serious, and life does not rotate around you. Calm down. People don't really care about you the way that you think they do. They really don't. It's just
on my arm. People don't care about you.
Is there something about your guys' relationship that you feel like other people wouldn't understand? Like some kind of ritual you do or a bond that you have that you could describe in words?
Well, I know we truly could communicate across the room and we don't have to talk. Most of the time we're very inappropriate, or at least I'm inappropriate, and she's just like, please God, don't embarrass me.
Like we have like this level of intuition, and I don't think that I've really understood it until I've gotten older. This like gut feeling you have where you're like, I like this person, I don't like this person. And like I feel for a long time in my like adult life, I really like shushed that down, and I was like, give them a chance. But no. And I would say like that's like me and my mom's quality, and I feel like I learned that from you, Mom, where I could be like, no, that person sucks. And
there's a reason why you get that icky feeling about some people. Yeah. And there's a reason why dogs don't like some people. They're not likable. And you just got to keep on walking.
Amen.
There are some people out there who do not have good qualities. Yeah. Not that they're not a good person. Not that they don't deserve respect, but they not nice.
Yeah, they're just not matching your energy. It's like, no.
It's like, I don't need you to like me. It's okay. Because I probably don't like you.
Amen.
Right. I don't need it.
I feel there's been like multiple different times where my mom and I have had like a conversation with each other with one other person that we both like don't enjoy very much, and we'll be like,
love it.
Like internally, we both know that like this is some shit.
Right. Usually, I'm behind her going, no. I really don't. Chelsea will tell you, I don't have a stomach for egotistical people. I don't have a stomach for people who are me kind of people. Yeah. So I don't usually tolerate that pretty well. Chelsea will be like, oh, my mom's busy. My mom's got to go. Usually I will tell them before it's over. This is not about you. I don't. Yes. I mean, it just amazes. I guess I should preface that by saying that person is really insecure. They're not. If they're egotistical and they're belittling to you, they're doing it from a place of hurt. They're doing it from a place of, they need the attention, and that's fine. But
you don't have to give your energy to it.
No, it's not my place to fix people. I just meet you where you are, and you meet me where I am, and let's just keep on moving, because I don't have time for that. And I'm not here to change you. That might be working for you. Yep. Is that my business? No, not my business to be fixing it. So,
Alicia, why aren't you pastoring a church?
You want me to pastor? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. The church of hell?
I would go for you. I just want to share, this picture that Chelsea, I asked her to send one of her favorite pictures of you guys.
Look
at it.
Okay,
This is my all-time favorite. I love it.
because it truly is us. This is us when we're together. It's just ridiculous.
That is so.
Oh my God.
Where was this? Obviously it's your birthday, Alicia, right?
Yeah. So this was a cruise that we took for my mom's 50th birthday.
Oh my God, it was a blast.
Yeah, and I think this was like towards like the beginning. I think this was maybe
It really was.
Right? Yeah, because we made you wear that sash, and you wore. Did you have a crown?
Yeah, I had a crown on my head, girl.
You didn't have
It's all about me.
Yeah, it was great. It was fantastic.
That's
and
wonderful.
we were like sitting waiting for dinner, I think, in that picture. We're like waiting to.
I'm just saying, everybody needs to go on a cruise for your birthday because it was awesome. Like a whole boat of people tell you happy birthday.
Oh, yes. Were you sober enough to
Yeah,
remember
it
everyone who told you?
Not a lot of days.
No. She was
You're like,
No, I sure wasn't. Now, be honest. I really did not drink that much, but I had on some scopolamine patches, so that's all that mattered. It didn't take much. It's like,
It is
ooh.
so true. There was one day where you walked away and had one beer, and I was really confused what happened.
I put it this way: I would not have known how to get back to the boat. I had one beer, and seriously, it was bad. It was bad.
I love that so much.
I mean, I can drink, so I mean, I can hold my alcohol, but I literally had one beer, and it was bad.
That's strange. We got to get to the bottom of that.
Yeah, I don't think scopolamine patches. We use those for surgery, so you don't get sick. So I'm sure you probably should not mix those two things.
That's a PSA.
And I might have had two on that day. I'm not real sure.
Oh, here we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you tell the story, Mom, of the doctors that you used to know that would rent out an apartment for parties?
Oh my God, we threw some of the best parties, but you just have to understand how crazy our lives were too. When I started nursing, I worked at Vanderbilt in the trauma unit, and literally we were on the cutting edge of trauma. I mean, basically we're in that age where there really wasn't level 1 trauma centers, and what we did every day was just so crazy. But we literally had a party one time in this apartment that was 3 stories, and they painted the whole entire apartment so the party could be in black light.
What?
They painted the walls black.
A 3-story
The entire
condo.
apartment for this party.
Just for a party one night.
I feel like in that job,
all the time.
in that job, I feel like you have to party hard though. You got to release some stress.
We would get off in the morning and we would go drink beer. There was a place downtown where we would, or down from the Vanderbilt, we would go drink beer and eat hamburgers.
Oh.
And my husband at that time, Brian, and I were had just gotten married, and he would actually come down there and meet us. I think when he would get off from work too. And he's a big breakfast person, so we would go to Perkins. We'd be drinking alcohol and eating hamburgers, and then talking about what happened. But it's because, like, when I first started, we were all new grads right out of school, and literally cried every day for 6 months. But I went to work when I was in college. My sister got killed. She got hit by a drunk driver, and she got killed. And she was in this trauma unit where I worked. And so I went back to nursing school and became a nurse. I worked at Vanderbilt. Yeah, I'm a math major. I have a math degree.
Oh, wow. Oh,
which is really crazy.
You like math?
Yeah.
I know.
I love math.
Oh. Someone's got to.
Logical person. It's like, I don't even understand why you don't understand it. So I have a math degree.
Which was, quote unquote, the thing she said to me while I was asking her about my math homework.
Mm-hmm. I don't even understand why you don't understand it. What do you mean you don't understand it?
It's hard for you.
What do you mean you don't understand?
I just don't even understand. I don't get it, how you don't get it. But so needless to say, I couldn't be a math teacher because that is not, I mean, I taught math when I was in college, but it's like, you don't want me teaching you math because I'm like, look, that's how it is.
Yeah.
We cannot hide our facial expressions. Like, if
We cannot
just watch our faces, you 100% know our opinions about everything because it's very clear. I think
it's very clear. You'll say,
Mm-mm.
Go ahead. Mm-mm.
I was just gonna say, I think like I've gotten better at hiding it, but I have like people who like love me who will say like, "Hey, like I know that wasn't good for you," and I'm like, "No, I had a great time," and they're like, "No, you didn't."
No,
You weren't really having a good time. Yeah, I'm not good at it at all. I'm like, people will be like talking. You know how when people are talking and you're actively listening, but I'm actively having an opinion. It's just like, what?
right.
What? It's like, no. Why? Stop talking. Because that's bad.
Alicia, how did your mom influence how you were a mom to Chelsea?
I just think, my mom, I was raised in an age where, children didn't talk, children didn't have an opinion. Children were here to work and do all these things. I remember I was like in the probably top 30 in my high school. I would come home at night, and you think parents would be proud of that, but my parents would be like, I don't care if you made an A at school, you better get in there and get that ironing done because that ironing's got to be done. That's how my parents were raised, and that's how they raised us. My parents, my dad was a sharecropper. He was from a sharecropper family. So having a very good work ethic is something that my parents taught us. My parents also taught us that if you don't do it, it's not going to happen for you. So just get it done. They don't really go for excuses.
Yeah.
And other than that, I try to just raise Chelsea will have to tell you, I didn't raise her to like cook and clean and that kind of stuff. And I also tried to, my parents didn't want to hear my opinions. And I think at our house, I tried to let Chelsea have an opinion. What's your opinion? What do you think about this? This is your family too. So what do you think we should do?
That's nice.
But I don't know, Jess, what do you think?
No, I think totally. Like that hits the nail on the head. Like growing up, we were just a little triad, me, you, mom, and dad.
The three amigos.
That was us, ABC. And I feel like that's the biggest thing that I have contrary to like people when I talk to them about their like upbringing is like, I didn't really have chores. You just taught me a work ethic in a different way. It was like, no, we are a unit, we are a team, and this is what we do to like get to where we want to be is we work hard and we do things together. I also think because like, I don't know, we just did everything together. Like growing up, like you took me to the ballet really early. We went on every trip together. Like I don't know why this one sticks out to me, but like when we went to Las Vegas when I was 7, we just did everything together. We like went to go see this thing, and like you and dad, when you like wanted to like sneak away to go gamble, you would be like, all right, your turn, and you would just like hand off.
Switch off. Yeah.
Which is also, like just so amazing to me, the amount that you and dad both have, I don't know, like given up of personal time with each other in order to make sure that we were like a unit. Does that make sense? I just think that
I just feel like when you have children, to me personally, we were given I don't even want to say a task, but you're given a gift, you're given a job, and I felt like I had a job to do. I didn't feel like it was my job to take you and expose you to everything and anything I possibly could and teach you right up front how the world is and get you prepped for, I don't know, don't you think? I feel like right now sometimes I didn't prep you enough. It's hard out there.
Yeah. You're a good mama.
Absolutely. Every day is totally different, Mom, but like you prepped me so hard. Like, I feel like the ACT and SAT prep classes should take a lesson from you.
Oh.
I try. It's like life is rough. I mean, life is hard.
Yeah.
And it's going to knock you down. It's coming.
And I
But
will
you
say,
got to
like,
teach your
my
kids how to get back
childhood-
up.
Exactly. Like my childhood was like really beautiful, really easy. And then like, I think that like fully equipped me to be like, all right, let's do the hard shit. Let's go really hard, you know? And I fully, like, I witnessed that to you because I remember when I was in elementary school and I came home to you with like a little pamphlet from the magnet school. Do you remember this? I don't even remember where I got that pamphlet, but I came home and I was like, put on the kitchen table. I was like, hey, I want to go to this school. I want to go to this interest meeting. I was in 5th grade. What the fuck? That's crazy.
No, I want to go to this high IQ pushing the shit out of you school.
But the only reason I wanted to do that is because you like, you know, you didn't even push me to do that, which I think is crazy because most of the people I went to school with were either forced to go to that school or they like, you know, were there for, you know, some other like A to B to C type reason. But I was just like, no, this is what I need for my brain or whatever.
Yeah.
I just kind of said, well, I'd rather you go there so you realize you're not the smartest person in the whole wide world. It's good not to be on top.
Yeah.
It's good just to be average. I know that sounds bad, but like, your IQ is like in the 130, so let me send you to the school where you won't be so smart.
Totally.
You know? But it was because her school was pushing her. It's like, oh, guess what? We got test scores coming in next week. Chelsea, you need to get some rest. I need you to carry the school. Well, really? That's not her job. Her job is to be a little kid.
Yeah.
And I just don't think. What? What did you say?
I said Tennessee public schools.
Yeah.
So since this is stamped in time, and that's part of what I want to do with Mama Says, is that we'll have this, you know, you guys will have this forever to like look back on, and this time that you had together. What would you like to say to each other right now?
Oh,
you know,
I miss my child. I miss her. I hate her being forever away. It just drives me insane. But I get it. I mean, I want her to do what she wants to do. And I guess if I had anything to tell her, she needs to just lighten up, not be so hard on herself. I think she's very hard on herself.
That's great. What about you, Chelsea?
Well, that is all true.
Mama's always right. Come on now.
Mama is always right.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would relay almost 100% back to you, Mom.
Not be so.
You work a 9-to-5 job and not commit your whole self to your life work. And then I also think that just in general, you should take this time where we are like 100% all like taking care of ourselves more and see if you can like implement little ounces of that for you, because I feel that you take care of everyone around you very heavily and you don't fully take stock in that for yourself.
I totally agree. And you need to write that on the mirror to yourself. Right?
Like mama, like daughter, huh?
Yeah. It's hard. It is hard.
Well, I think you guys have done a beautiful job. I love your relationship from the outside. It's beautiful, it's encouraging, it's powerful, and I can only imagine how much more it is between you two. I'm gonna cry about your relationship.
No, don't
okay?
cry.
Okay, all right. Let's do this again in the future. I'm grateful to both of you.
All right. Thank you so much. Bye, babe. I love you.
Bye.
Call me someday. All right, bye.
Bye, guys.
I called you today.